Hi folks, I've got one of these Jackery 300s and you can see it's at 100%, and I've got one of these, I think it's a 100-watt panel, and it's a Jackery product as well. It's past 5, I'm just finishing a festival, and I came out to my truck and I've got one of these ICECO refrigerators. One of these things like that. Now I've got it in a kind of an insulated thing, but you can see it's 39 degrees. It's happy. This has been running on the Jackery all day, and I've had this plugged into the Jackery all day. That's not that big a deal, but the idea on this is that the little Jackery 300, if you got this, I think it's a 100-watt panel. It folds open, it's 2 panels and it folds together. And one of these little ICECO machines, I've had this ICECO machine for over a year now, and I've got it some electric fence wire holding the case, and then I've got that tied to some anchor points in my truck. So it sets on my counter here in the back of my truck, and it stays put. It's lived here in the back of my truck on my counter for about a year, and I hadn't ran it on the Jackery too often. Usually I use the Jackery and the truck battery and use one, and then I go back and forth. This time I just decided I'm going to leave it alone and leave it on the Jackery. And this morning when I got up, it had I plugged the Jackery into the ICECO refrigerator early evening yesterday. When I got up this morning, the Jackery was at 72%. This morning, I fix breakfast, get in, I make my breakfast. I pretty much emptied everything out of the Jackery, or out of the refrigerator, and then I put it back in again because I made my breakfast and fixed a sandwich for lunch. I then went and did the silversmithing thing at a festival for all day. I got there pretty early. It was about 7:30, I guess, that I went over there. I had breakfast and I went over there and set up my little shop, and the day's over now. Everybody's gone home, and I'm back at my truck, and I see that the refrigerator's been going all day. It ran all night, dropped the Jackery down to 72%. I put out this panel and plugged that in, and I'm back to 100% again. So that tells me that I don't need to plug in my truck anymore if I'm parked, which is kind of nice, because I like to reserve my truck for charging my cell phone batteries and that sort of thing. Really light duty work, because I don't have a backup battery for my truck. I do have one of those charging things, one of those little bricks that it's not a charging thing, it's a brick that lets you jump start. So I could jump start if I killed my battery, but I don't even want to come close to that. And so it kind of bothered me to run the refrigerator. I've never had a case where it looked like my battery was going to go dead, but I just didn't want to risk it, especially if I'm charging cell phones and I've got my laptop in here. I want to watch movies, that kind of thing, and I'll be running off of truck battery. Now my laptop's fully charged, or it should be, because I've got solar on my jewelry trailer, and I had it plugged in most of the day, charging off of my trailer power, which I've shown you my trailer in other videos. But anyway, I wanted to pass this on about this Jackery and the ICECO, because that gives you refrigeration. I've got enough refrigeration to last for 3 days or so and have stuff. If I put the divider in there, I supposedly could have ice cream. I may have to do that next time. But the thing is, it's small enough that a regular milk carton won't stand up. You have to lean it over in this refrigerator, and I want my milk in the morning, and I maybe want milk more than I want ice cream in the evening, so I need to find little bitty cartons of milk, but I haven't done those yet. Anyway, if you need refrigeration, off-grid refrigeration, this little Jackery 300 seems to handle the ICECO thing on its own, as long as you got good sunny days anyway.